So I'm trained as a futurist, and particularly I'm very interested in how is it that we relate to technology as human beings. So how do we use technology in a way that actually enhances the human experience rather than subtracting from it? So pre-COVID, a big chunk of my work was speaking at conferences. So I do these insanely interactive, like live mixed visuals and audio, and create these real experiences. So it's like, how do we use technology on the stage to create a bigger experience for people in the room? But when COVID hit, all of those conferences got cancelled. At the time, I was talking to a friend of mine, Mike, who was another speaker, and there's a general feeling like that if we were to just transplant what we used to do in those conference rooms and put them online, we were just going to bore people to death. And so we started kind of pitching this idea, which has become PirateTV, which was, how do we take those conferences and those online events, your Zoom calls and your team meetings, and how do we make them into these live streamed interactive TV shows?
People were basically taking everything they did in the offline space and just trying to replicate that in the online world, which just doesn't work. And so we saw an opportunity, but also a necessity. How can we help people create a level of intimacy and magic and beauty online that they would get in an in-person event?
I jokingly tell people that PirateTV is a collaboration between a filmmaker, a futurist, and a rock star. So there's Dave, who is a filmmaker, and so he's our producer, our head of production. So in his studio, or in his kind of spare room in his house, he's got a TV production studio. So he has the ability to ingest maybe 10, 12 different high definition video streams from all around the country, mix them in real time, and he pushes them out to a platform for the audience to interact with. I'm a futurist and one of the hosts of PirateTV, along with my partner Mike, who used to be the lead singer in a rock band.
My role in PirateTV is the captain of experience. So aside from co-hosting and from working with the client, it's really unlocking what's the experience they want to create for their people, how do they want them to feel, and how can we do that creatively, leveraging technology in a way that doesn't feel clunky, it doesn't feel sterile. The way I've set up my studio is much like my music studios of the past, with multiple cameras, with studio lighting, with fairy lights, with instruments. I walk into that space and I feel like I'm in my own little world of creativity, which I think translates through the screen.
In the studio, we've got like a roll down green screen, and I can be kind of inserted into a scene anywhere in the world. And we try and take that to another level. We got virtual foregrounds and get dressed up in different outfits and just have a bit of fun with the whole experience. We spent the first year of building PirateTV and we never physically connected. We never saw a single one of our customers. Everything was done remote, and to be honest, the only thing that made that possible was the NBN. And to be able to do this, where I have a studio set up in my house and Mike's got a studio set up in his garage, and we can actually film and send that content pretty much in real time to Dave, where it gets mixed and pushed out to the audience. Like that's what's magical.
The impact that PirateTV has had on our clients in keeping people glued together, keeping fully distributed teams that are beaming in right around the country or right around the world, to keep things human and personal and vulnerable and authentic and fun. I just think the opportunities are endless. And I think we're just on the tip of the iceberg. There is so much more that we can do moving forward to keep people engaged in their work, leveraging digital tools.
So a few years ago, I moved down to the Morning Peninsula, and we'd all moved down here for our own reasons, but it was around kind of work-life balance. All of us have got young families. It's about trying to provide a place that we're going to want to bring our kids up in. But one of the reasons when I first moved down here, the house that I chose was because it actually had the NBN connected to it. This is a few years before COVID, and I didn't realize how important or how powerful that would be at the time. But when COVID hit and PirateTV started, the fact that we had this high-speed internet that connected me to my business partners who actually are on the other side of the bay, the whole PirateTV concept wouldn't be possible without it. When I think about the workplace and I think about what technology means and how we use it, I feel that often we just scratch the surface of what's possible.
At PirateTV, we like to say virtually anything's possible, but none of this would be possible without the NBN network.